Today in this video we will take up the Indian Contract Act 1872, in which we are going to see about the offer, define offer bar proposal. Offer is always called proposal, states the type of an offer, essential of valid offer, explain these things we are going to see. So the types of valid offer, essentials of valid offer, types of offer, and then the definition of a offer, these three things we are going to see. So in contract, from section that is 2A to 2J, 10 sections deals with the preliminary. So what are the preliminary things to be taken up for entering into the contract? So that is very very important, so as to form the contract without any flaw. So first we will see the what is meant by valid offer, that is what is valid offer, define offer, that is section 2A deals about the when one person signifies the other to do an act or to abstain an act, and the other party also accept it or abstain it, then it is called offer. That is, when one person signifies to another his willingness to do or abstain from doing anything with a view to obtaining the assent of that other to such act or abstain. So one party the offer is willingness to do or abstain from doing an act, and the other party also should give his assent. So these two things are important. One is called offer and another is called assent. So the party who wants to say sell his car, that he wants to offer to sell his car, that is offer, and the another party B also offer, he also wants to give money to that, and that is also offer. So then both should accept the car and also to give money, and this person should give a car, that person should give the money. So this is called the willingness to do, signifies his willingness to do or abstain from act. Similarly, the other party also should give his assent to accept or abstain from an act, that is called offer. Or otherwise called, he is said to have make a proposal, otherwise called offer or proposal. This is according to section 2A. Now we will see types of offer. What are the types of offer? How offer can be made or a proposal can be made by one party to another. Since contract is in between two persons, in personam, we will see the offer as a proposal. Types of offer: general offer, that is the offer is made to the public at large, so with a view to enforce the contract, but there is no individual contract, so this should be considered as the contract between the company or a person who offers and the public who wants to utilize or who make the proposal as they want to utilize it, that is known as general offer. Say for example, the case study is Carlyle versus Carbolic Smoke Bulk Company, 1893. Actually, what happened in this company? The company that is advertises, that is whoever contracts by exposing the carbolic smoke, whoever expose, and if at all if they get influenza or anything which is related to pulmonary problem, then they will be awarded that is rupees, that is pound, 100 pound will be given. So that is the general offer the company make. So the actually what happened in this case, the Carlyle used the carbolic smoke, and he inhaled that, Carlyle inhaled that, and then what happened, the influenza came, that is the she was affected by the lung disease, and then they demanded rupees, that is pound, 100 pound, as announced by the company, and then it was awarded that the company has to make the payment, since it is a general offer made to the public, though individual contract has not been done between the individual people and the company. Since the general offer was made by the company, that should be taken as a contract. So that is called a general offer. Case study, Carlyle versus carbolic smoke case. So in this, the Carlyle inhaled the smoke, and then she contracted influenza. But company said, if influenza is coming means that we will pay this much amount. So they have to pay the amount as per the verdict. Then special offer. The second offer is known as special offer. Offer made to specific or a certain persons. With certain specific persons, the contract, the proposal is made, or the offer is made. That is called the specific offer. Then cross offer. When two parties exchange identical offer, then no binding contract. So that is, there is similarity between or exchange of identical offer, then it is known as the cross offer. It is not a binding contract. Similar offer cannot be made by the two parties, so that it is called the contract will be null and void. It is no binding contract. Then counter offer. When the offeree, so the person who offers is called offerer, the person who accepts it is called offeree. So when the offeree offers to qualified acceptance of the offer subject to modification and variation in terms or original offer, he is said to have made a counter offer. Counter offer amounts to rejection of original. Suppose the original offer will be something, and if the offerer making some proposal, and offeree have to accept in toto, then only it can be implemented, the contract can be implemented. But when the offeree makes a counter proposal, something he wants to do some change, then it is called, it amounts to rejection. It is also called conditional. Suppose if the other party also accept it, then it is okay. It is called conditional offer, or it is always called counter offer. So when the counter offer, usually if accepted by the both parties, before entering into the contract or before communicating, then it is known as counter offer. When the offeree offers to qualified acceptance of the offer subject to modification and variation in terms of original offer, he is said to have made a counter offer. So original offer will be something different, and when the offeree may be asking something, that is called counter offer. Counter offer amounts to rejection of original offer. So since it deviates from the original offer, it amounts to rejection. It is also called conditional offer. The otherwise called conditional offer. The conditional offer usually is not acceptable, but provided if the conditional offer is also accepted by both parties, then it can be implemented. Then continuing or standing or open offer, that is, this is otherwise called open offer or continuing offer or standing offer. Suppose uh, this is remains open for acceptance over a period. This offer remains open for acceptance over a period of time. For example, tender. Suppose the one party wants some goods from another person. A party wants to offer his willingness to purchase something from other person. Say for example, it may be a car. Say it may be a car, or it may be some spare parts of car. A wants to purchase some spare parts of car from B. B is the supplier. So this is between A and B. Suppose then B is supplying for the for A, and A is paying the money. That is called consideration. So what will happen over a period of time also, this can be continued. That is called rate running contract. Suppose this may be the contract at present may be continued for future also for another 6 months or even for 1 year also, provided the conditions, terms and terms are accepted by both parties. When both parties accept it, the contract may continue for another period of time more than the stipulated period. That is called rate running contract or continuing contract or standing contract or open offer. So the offer is open for more period than the stipulated period. Then the terms and conditions will be there. Some if delay in supply will be there, then the amount will be levied as a fine. Those things will always be there. Terms and conditions will always be there. But the supply, the in between two parties, the offer and acceptance will remain for over a period of time. This is called continuing or standing or open offer. The liquidity damages will be there. That is, suppose if the delay in supplying the goods, the liquidity damage or the amount will be deducted from the bill amount. Those things will be in terms and conditions. That is called continuing offer or standing offer. Suppose the offer and acceptance over a period of time, more than the period of time, this will be going on running, and even if the parties willing to extend for more time, then that also can be done. That is called standing offer. So these are all the different types of offer. Totally 5 different types of offer are there. Then now we will see essentials of valid offer. What all the things should be available in offer or proposal by one party to another for acceptance and also for consideration. Then it must be capable of creating legal relations. So when the parties offer and offeree or the proposal is made, then you should be capable of creating legal relation. Some legal relation you should create, that is between two parties. If they fail to do so, then it is legally binding on the parties. That is called legally enforceable. Then it must be certain. That means that the terms and conditions will also be stipulated in the contract by the offer, and that should be accepted by the offeree. So that is called that it must be certain. That is, terms should also be there, terms and conditions, and it must be communicated to the offeree. So the offerer should communicate to the offeree. That is, for example, seller should communicate to the buyer, I am willing to sell this good to you for this amount. That is called consideration, and the offeree, offerer and offeree should be there. So it should be communicated, properly communicated, and that should be acknowledged by the other party. So the communication, when accepted or acknowledged by the other party, there ends the contract. So the communicated to the offeree. Ignorance of is not acceptance. So suppose if the offer is not accepted, ignored by the other party that is offering, then it is not acceptance. Then the case law, in this case one case law we will quote, that is Lalman Shukla versus uh, Gauri Dutt. Gauri Dutt was a servant to Lalman. Lalman asked to trace his nephew Lalman Shukla uh, is a servant. The Gauri Dutt, what happened in that is the servant is sent to search the nephew for a sum for a offer. Actually, the what the servant did, he searched the boy and then he was handed over to the person. But he was not given any amount. He is also announcing that some amount will be paid if they trace the boy and hand over the boy to the guardian. But what happened in this case? This is unknown to the servant. That's why he is not eligible to get the reward because there is no offer and acceptance. That is the case law Lalman Shukla versus Gauri Dutt. Gauri Dutt, that is sent Gauri Dutt sent servant Lalman to trace his nephew would be entitled to certain reward. So Lalman traced the boy in ignorance of this reward. So Lalman did not know the reward and all. So the servant Lalman traced the boy and handing over to the that is Lalman Shukla. So there is no offer and acceptance. Then it may be conditional also. So some conditional conditions also can be put forth in the contract. Offer should not contain the terms of non-compliance. So actually, when the terms are made, it should be in the form of complaints. That means that that the other party can do. When non-compliance terms are there, it is not contract. Then offer may be express or implied. That is, express means it may be in writing. Implied means it need not be in writing. But implied means even if there is no writing of contract, then there some binding contract are there. For example, if a person is appointed as coolie for a day, on finishing of the work by the coolie, the person who extract the work has to pay his coolie or the amount of wages. That is called implied contract. When we board the bus, we have to purchase the ticket. When we board the train, we have to purchase the valid railway ticket. These are all called implied contracts. Then an offer should be distinguished from invitation to offer. So offer is something and invitation to offer. Before offer, the invitation is made, that is called invitation to offer. So the invitation to offer is a circulation of offer. So it is not a pure offer. It is offer, though it is offer, it is known as invitation offer. Only when it is accepted by the other party, it becomes a contract. So it precedes to the offer. Preceding to making an offer is called invitation to offer. So with this we conclude this video. In Tamil, offer அல்லது ப்ரொப்போசல் ஒரு கான்ட்ராக்டிலே முக்கியமான ஒரு அங்கமாக வருது ஆஃபர் அண்ட் ப்ரொப்போசல். ஆஸ் பர் செக்ஷன் 2A, ஒருவர் இன்னொருவருக்கு நான் இதனை செய்து ஒரு வேலையை கொடுக்கின்றார், ஒன்றை விற்கின்றார், இன்னொருவர் வாங்குகின்றார். இந்த வேலை செய்வதற்கோ அல்லது அதிலிருந்து நீங்குவதற்காக இன்னொருவர் அதே போல் ஒப்பந்தம் செய்து கொண்டால் அதற்கு கான்ட்ராக்ட் என்று பெயர், அல்லது ப்ரொப்போசல் என்று பெயர், அல்லது ஆஃபர் என்று பெயர். நான் ஐ வில் give this, and with the other party also we have to accept that is called offer and acceptance. The offer is otherwise called proposal. அதில் விதவன பொது ஆஃபர், ஸ்பெஷல் ஆஃபர், கிராஸ் ஆஃபர் என்று இருக்கின்றது. அதற்கு பிறகு வேலிட் ஆஃபரில் இந்த ஒரு ஆஃபர் வேலிடாக இருக்க வேண்டும் என்றால் என்னென்ன அங்கங்கள் இருக்க வேண்டும் என்று அது ஒரு 7 அங்கங்கள் இருக்கின்றது. ஸோ வித் திஸ் we conclude this video.